Before they found their way into the spotlight with platinum records and sold out shows, some of the most legendary artists of all time lived a very different life. In that world, discipline, grit, dedication, sacrifice, and following Uncle Sam's commands were the order of the day. Some of music's most recognizable names wore combat boots and uniforms instead of cowboy boots and sequins. Their first stages weren't stadiums or clubs. Instead, they were barracks, mess halls, and in overseas locations. While these men had been praised for their music many times over, how often were they recognized or thanked for their military service? With that thought in mind, we wanted to shed some light on the little known stories of the military service of some iconic names in music history. Johnny Cash was a singer-songwriter and one of the greatest artists in country music history. Nicknamed the Man in Black for always wearing black when he performed, Cash was famous for songs such as Boy Named Sue, Get Rhythm, Folsom Prison Blues, I Walk the Line, Man in Black, and Ring of Fire. Cash joined the Air Force in 1950. He served as a radio operator, trained to intercept Soviet Morse code correspondence. Cash initially served in Landsberg, West Germany, which is where he spent most of his enlistment. One rumor has it that Cash, while performing his military duties, was the first person to learn of the death of Joseph Stalin, the Soviet Union's political leader, on March 5, 1953. On his off time while stationed in Germany, Cash was in his first band, a bar band called the Landsberg Barbarians. After Cash completed his 4-year enlistment, he was honorably discharged. He never forgot his military roots, as during his recording career, he visited military troops in Japan, South Korea, and South Vietnam as a part of USO tours. Willie Nelson is a singer-songwriter and one of the most popular artists in country music history. Famous for songs such as On the Road Again, Always on My Mind, and Georgia on My Mind, Willie's also known for his love of smoking weed. Nelson has also dipped his toes in acting, having appeared in numerous movies. After Nelson graduated high school in 1950, he voluntarily joined the Air Force. However, due to back problems, he was medically discharged from the force after only 9 months. Even though he was only military for a short period of time, Willie has always shown his support for veterans. He supports veterans advocacy groups while also calling for maximum funding of veterans' health care and services. Nicknamed the Singing Cowboy, Gene Autry was a singer and an actor. Known for his signature song Back in the Saddle Again, Autry also appeared in 93 movies while also hosting his own television and radio shows. In fact, during a live broadcast of his radio show in 1942, at the Pentagon's request, Autry was sworn into the Army Air Forces as a tech sergeant. For about a year, he continued to host his radio show after joining the military, changing the name of the show to the Sergeant Gene Autry Show. Already holding a private pilot's license, Autry wanted to become a flight officer. To that end, Autry was accepted for flight training at Love Field in Dallas, Texas. In 1944, Autry earned his wings and was promoted to flight officer. After serving as a pilot on cargo-style aircraft, Autry was honorably discharged from the military in 1946. Tony Bennett, born Anthony Dominic Benedetto, was a jazz and pop singer, known for hit songs such as I Left My Heart in San Francisco, Because of You, and Rags to Riches. With a career that spanned over a half century, including releasing an album at the age of 95, Bennett sold over 50 million records worldwide. He was drafted into the United States Army, and Bennett was initially an infantry rifleman who was stationed at Fort Robinson, Arkansas. After being transferred to France, as well as seeing action in Germany, Bennett was honorably discharged in August of 1946. Bobby Blue Bland, born Robert Calvin Brooks, was one of the greatest blues artists of all time. Known for his hits Ain't Nothing You Can Do, Farther Up the Road, I Pity the Fool, and That's the Way Love Is, Bland was drafted into the United States Army in 1952. After serving 2 years as an entertainer in the Special Services branch, he was discharged in 1954. Jazz saxophonist, bandleader, and composer John Coltrane was one of the most influential musicians in jazz history. In addition to working with other famous artists such as Miles Davis and Thelonious Monk, Coltrane was famous for his work in bebop, hard bop, and free jazz styles of music. Coltrane enlisted in the United States Navy on August 6, 1945. Stationed at Hawaii, he was assigned to a Navy band. In the group, the Melody Makers, Coltrane played the clarinet and the alto sax. He was discharged in 1946 after serving 1 year of active duty. We're going to take a time out from our story to ask you to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that notification bell, and repeat when it comes to our videos. Now, back to our story. Kris Kristofferson was a singer, songwriter, and an actor. Known for his solo hits Me and Bobby McGee and Why Me, Kristofferson also wrote #1 songs for Johnny Cash, Sammy Smith, and Ray Price. He acted in movies such as A Star is Born, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, Semi-Tough, as well as the Marvel Comics Blade franchise of movies. The son of an Air Force general, Kristofferson was raised in a military family. After he graduated with a degree in English literature from Oxford College in the United Kingdom, Kristofferson joined the Army in 1960. After finishing flight school at Fort Rucker, he became a helicopter pilot. Later, he went to Ranger School and was assigned to serve in what was then West Germany. After he finished his tour there, the Army offered Kristofferson a teaching position at West Point, which he turned down. Having achieved the rank of captain, he separated from the military in 1965 to pursue his music career. Berry Gordy Jr. is a label mogul, songwriter, music producer, and movie producer. Gordy founded the legendary Motown label, which was famous for producing acts such as The Supremes, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, the Jackson 5, Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, and the Four Tops. Prior to founding Motown, Gordy served as a songwriter for R&B star Jackie Wilson. Later, Gordy produced movies such as Lady Sings the Blues, Mahogany, and The Last Dragon. Gordy was drafted into the United States Army in 1951 to serve during the Korean War. After serving in the 58th Field Artillery Battalion, 3rd Infantry Division for 2 years, he separated from the military after the Korean War ended in 1953. George Strait is one of the biggest selling country music artists in history. Nicknamed the King of Country Music, Strait has 33 albums that are certified as having either gone gold or platinum. He also has 60 songs that have gone #1, such as All My Exes Live in Texas, Check Yes or No, and Foolhardy Memory. Strait joined the U.S. Army in 1971, attending basic training at Fort Polk, Louisiana. Afterwards, he went to Fort Benjamin Harrison for his advanced individual training, serving in the infantry. Strait was then stationed at Schofield Barracks in Hawaii. The last year of his Army career, Strait sang in a country music band for the military. He left the Army in 1975 after attaining the rank of corporal. For many of them, before their music became known to the world, these artists learned how to stand tall, how to endure, and how to lead. The uniform didn't make them famous, but it did make them fearless. Their military service wasn't a footnote to their careers. Instead, it was the foundation that they built their greatness on beneath their genius. The next time you hear these artists' names or listen to one of their songs, remember this. Some stars aren't just made on stage, some of them are forged in service. Did you know that any of these artists had ever served in the military? Are any of these recording artists among your favorites? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching our video. We appreciate you taking time to hang out with us for a while. Be on the lookout for more of our videos that shine a spotlight on the military careers of famous recording artists on our Military Mondays for the rest of November. Thanks again, and see you soon.